Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here with Jumpy from Fnatic, the man behind the clan with the plan. That one took a few minutes to formulate. Either way, you guys are heading into a third map in a series that is turning out to be a not so much one-sided affair. You got G2. Talk to me a little bit about the struggles you guys have faced so far.
You mean in the match?
Yes.
I think we struggle on Cache. I think Cache for us is like a map that can be either really good or like really bad. It's like a little bit of a random map for us. And Mirage is like a really comfortable map, so we felt really good going into that, and we had a good plan on what they want to do and how to stop it. So, yeah.
Well, you do have Cbble coming up. That is going to be the third map of this best of three. But when you look to your left and your right, when you see these walls, you see Fnatic in this booth all over the place. You even see boss man Karn, who is walking around here. How does that feel, knowing that you guys could find yourself up there, provided this goes your way?
Yeah, I don't really think about being up on a wall. It's always nice maybe to have a tribute like that, but I think we want to focus on winning matches and winning tournaments.
I think that's where it starts. It's all uphill from there. You got any last words before we go into Cobblestone?
I don't know. We're going to win the last map and go to the winner bracket final.
That's confidence right there. Take it from here, guys.
We'll do just that indeed. Adam, what do you make of that?
Fnatic looks as comfortable on Mirage as Shad in his hoodie.
Thank you, Adam. I feel very comfortable as well. And I just want to say that I liked it when your button was undone. I like the Tony Montana look. I think it looked amazing.
It looked gorgeous, truly. But with various fashion decisions aside, of course, Fnatic, let's not forget, of course, rocking their brand new team jersey, looking rather flying with that one. But he's not wrong when he says Fnatic's name is all over that wall. 2016 even, as early as 2016, or as recently rather as 2016. Now they find themselves in somewhat of a pickle, managing to get themselves out of Mirage, though, and that's what we're here to break down. It looked like we were about to start talking about those O&T letters towards the end of that one, but eventually closed out. What kind of, when he says he's comfortable, what kind of evidence do you have of that when you're watching them play, Adam? What makes Fnatic look comfortable on that, jokes aside?
Yeah, I think that just their mid-game decisions. It feels like no matter if it's like a 3-on-3, 3-on-5, they will always find ways to like make it work, right? And I think that Crims was the playmaker on the Fnatic side this game. He was a bit absent on Cache, but you really saw him getting on fire here on Mirage. And I don't know, yeah, as I said, it's just a map that Fnatic, they know how to like handle every situation so well.
He was on fire, 29 frags as well for Crims.
Yeah, and their strategies look good, right? They're actually being able to pull off some good executes, and they had some variation, some depth in that. I think Golden needs some bit of positivity behind him for that side of things, as well as he has a lot of impact on pistol rounds. On Cache and now Mirage as well, he's had like several multi-kills on the pistol rounds that they were able to pick up. So that's a huge step in the right direction, especially if you go on to convert those and don't get ecoed. Right,
and I do need your help here, because from my memory, Shox was the guy that doesn't play Mirage, right?
Well, yeah.
Doesn't like the map. His previous teams, it was an insta-ban. That was the story, right?
This was some time ago now. We're talking like 2015.
No, I know, but I mean, up until 2017, they weren't playing it, right? They weren't playing Mirage until Apex
they
started picking
it a long time, yeah.
Right, and now he's just not only not leading it, he's been given freedom because Apex is leading it. He's just got a frag. He's playing a map he doesn't often play in his career. 27 frags on Mirage. Shox looked completely limbered up, loose, and did you not request that, Chad? You asked for that boy off the leash.
Look, here's the condition on Mirage, and I said this before we even got into the game, that it looks like they're just scrimming on it on the T side. They have default positions, but people are just trying to make plays, or they're making decisions based on whatever they want to do. You see how it bleeds out as the game goes on and on. Like, Apex is the caller. If I'm a player like Apex and I'm an entry fragger, I'm like... what's the guy from Top Gear? Jeremy Clarkson. I'm like Jeremy Clarkson, more speed. That's the motto, like of an entry frag. You just want to get in there, man. You want to get stuck in and make those kills. So if your in-game leader is calling like that, all your players are just wanting to make plays. It's not a slow, formulated game plan by any means. You just see, hopefully an individual finds an entry, and then hopefully he finds a second. And when that happens, someone is going to find space, someone's going to find room, and someone's going to get kills. And for this game with Shox, no one else was really showing up and contributing.
Okay, well, now we move on towards Cbble. I do have one final question for you, though. I need an opinion. It's an opinion I need. Is shooting dead bodies disrespectful?
No, I don't think so.
I've heard so many different opinions. The general public are like, that's so rude. Oh, I hate
it's playful.
Is it playful?
I think it's more like, more motivational for his own team, you know, showing no
I've done it,
respect. Come
it.
on, boys, we're not going to show any respect here to this game. Let's go, let's go.
Alex, before we jump on to Cbble, I have a clip that I would like to tell us straight if we can.
Me.
Sorry, I forgot to brief you. That's my bad, man. Our communication's been...
That's what you've got for us.
So basically, this was a strat that Fnatic were running, and this is how a fake can be stopped. Now, if we just start playing it out here, you can see the smokes have come straight down. Kenny's going to find the AWP kills really, really quickly here. Both players are dead. Now, if we can pause it, right? They were playing in front of the smoke, so they have all the information. This fake was assuming they're going to play a retake, and those two players were going to get out from Tetris. They were going to make their way into the site and then make a distraction. What's actually happened is, you can see the last 3 players up on the radar here. They've actually thrown the smokes, and they're running all the way back now to B. Now, if we can keep playing out the clip, once those kills have been made, Kenny instantly knows there's nothing there. Shox is up close as well, and they know that A is clear, so it has to be B. If you look at the minimap in the top left of your screen, you can see the rotation already coming in. Apex has full mid control. They've already got Kenny rotating over with the AWP, and MBK's on the site. It's a 3v3. That's the perfect scenario for the CTs. They trade out efficiently. The Ts have way too many places to look. They're all dead. That's what can happen if you run an execute and they're playing in front of the smokes and you're unable to sell it, right? That's you've gone in, you've tried to sell it. They've gone, nah, no one's home.
Right.
You are dead.
So in the alternate scenario, if everything like that is set up the same, but those 2 players that walk out ramp get frags, that's a perfect strat.
Even if they get 1 kill and one of those players stays alive, it delays the rotation. MBK gets isolated on the B site. That 3-pack comes in. They kill him, maybe trade efficiently, get the bomb down, have a 2v3 after plant scenario. Very winnable on that B site.
So that is a perfect example. You know when you talk about like their strats are very reliant on frags. That's exactly what that is. That only works if you hit your shot. There's no fallback plans. There's no written reliance on utility, or they're not flashed. It's just, if you hit it, then we're going to do well.
I think I didn't see exactly if it was the 2 players who ran up A and died, if it was those people who were throwing the smokes, or if it was actually
everyone.
Oh, they were all.
There was a full execute. There was a full execute.
Okay, but it's also like maybe you can have 1 or 2 guys in a more forward position at the B bomb site, and yes, you can. It was, I think it was a minute on the clock.
Yes.
They can give it more time. Make sure that like they haven't pushed B. Make sure that maybe we are like in a position where when the nades are going in, we can maybe catch a rotation already in B. Because I felt like, you know, being that far back in B apps, and you know they have cleared the whole site on A.
Yes.
Yeah.
The strat is never going to work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, with that considered, we are moving in towards Cobblestone now. Now, this was one that even during the veto phase, you guys were a little surprised about, because we have seen Fnatic looking good on it.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, Adam, you were talking about their result versus Heroic.
Yeah. So yeah, as I said, Heroic is a really good Cobble team, and Fnatic, they beat them on it. So I'm thinking here, like, you know, veto-wise from G2, maybe they should have let through like Inferno, which they banned in the last phase ban instead. But I mean, I guess that they have to prove me wrong now. Yeah,
so just to recap the veto, G2 did remove Inferno, but Fnatic had the choice between Overpass and Cobble, and made the choice to take it to Cobblestone. Sorry, Chad, to interrupt. Were you about to?
No.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we're going into Cobblestone now, and results definitely do seem to favor Fnatic, and let's not forget what this is for. This is playoffs. This is a huge, you heard from Jumpy as well, you can see, I mean, in the middle of a match to hook to the coach, you can see very clearly how he was under some stress, under some pressure coming into the map 3.
You say it's playoffs. The thing is, it's not only cool, you're in the playoffs, you're in the top 6, you're in the arena. You know, that's where I want to play if I'm a player. I want to be in front of those thousands of screaming fans. And to get in off of, you know, a best of 1 and a best of 3 victory in this kind of format, that's fantastic. Going into this matchup, though, I think it's something that, you know, you're really going to need the pistol round for G2. I think their CT side is reliant on getting that AWP online on Kenny as quickly as humanly possible, because their CT side seems a little bit disjointed when I watch it.
That's something to consider for sure.
I think that what will make Fnatic CT side on Cobble so strong is their B-long control, because they are throwing a pretty early smoke, which like blocks off half of B-long. So I mean, from playing against Fnatic, we played Cobble at, I think it was the ECS finals. Okay. And we had like literally no map control towards B. So it's going to be interesting to see if they're still going to run that strat where they really use that early smoke and block off the whole B-long control from G2 here. Because it feels like G2 would be the team who would send out like Apex or Shoxy B-long right behind the smoke, trying to get a pick. Sure. But they will completely deny that with that smoke.
So this is a CT smoke?
Yes. When they're on a CT side, they're basically smoking off, you know, the box
the
in
very
B-long.
deep.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not the very deep. It's like basically half of B-long. It's a weird smoke which I didn't really see before I actually played them.
But it enables them to basically have more control than just broken in steps.
Exactly.
Understood. Wow, okay. Well, we get to see the fist bumps are going in. You know what that means. It is time for them to delve once again into the realms of Counter-Strike. One final map then, Cobblestone. This is a spot in the Spodek on the line. G2, they're bossing group stages, but now it's down to just one map. Fnatic are trying to replicate the success on Mirage. Your casters are ready. Let's jump in.
We are ready. Alex returned from jail. Thank you, Gaben, for bailing me out. Back with Henry G, and we get to see who's going to the Spodek.
We will indeed. It's the third and final map. Fnatic on the CT side, G2 starting as those pesky terrorists. 3 sets of armor, MBK with the Deagle once again. He didn't get too much done with it yesterday. We'll see if he can provide some form today. Smoke for Apex, while Molotov looks like an A-side approach. All 5 players on this side of the map. They'll smoke the connector. Maybe Molotov towards long at this point. We'll see what happens. Good shot. Flash up. Down to 10. Has to fall back here. The Glock not known for its one-tap potential, especially at that sort of range. As Crims waits towards middle. What a fantastic shot that is. Takes MBK down with 1 bullet. That's all that's required. And he'll get 1 in the face as well, down to 17.
Flasha waiting to see if he can get a headshot angle from back of the site. We've realized now and been spoiled otherwise that he has not. Body and Kenny instead getting the kills as they charge toward the objective. In this case, the A position with Bomb. So it rotates back over, so too does Golden. Smoke's down, but they're still timid and tense about going in. In fact, they're going to swap the pistols over. Lekro's going to take with armor the CZ75. Perhaps more suited to it, as Kenny's already found Golden. Kenny with a great start, 3 kills so far in the pistol round. Good approach from Lekro to get 1 kill, but Kenny closes out with his 4th.
He does.
That's all your big fingers and not your thumb.
And it will be 4 kills for Kenny. Not too bad at all. Gets the CZ and the armor as well, getting to the next round. Might just keep that. Doesn't really need to buy anything else. He'll be going toe-to-toe with that same sort of weaponry. 3 nades for Fnatic. Will they be expecting a B-rush? Time will tell. They will be fully force buying into round number 2 here, but a good start for the G2 side. Kenny does get a rifle just to know. Doesn't stick on the CZ. It's going to be 2 AKs, 1 Galil, a MAC-10 and a UMP up against the force buy of Fnatic. And the poor nade from Lekro does actually backfire, hits him for 1 himself. Not too bad. Looks like a B-sided attack here. MBK working towards the drop-down area. Nade goes in to damage any close-range CTs. Golden, definitely one of those. For 41 that. Flashes in. This could be the commitment from G2 going into those MAC-10s first. Drop-down control coming through as well. CZ and JW got 1 more bullet left in the magazine. He'll have to fall back. Golden probably gets this kill. As you can see, he does. But now they've taken a lot of damage and they've got T's coming in all around them.
Out behind the statue with pistols that don't land. Flush at least gets 1 kill, but the bomb gets planted and that'll pretty much secure the round. Flush is even going to fall off of it with the armor and CZ. There we go. Back to Rapunzel.
With the CZ. Not the most exciting save, but he's still got the armor.
Actually, I think he's not even going to go there. I lied. He'll probably go to the halls and look for an exit kill.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. They got a couple of kills here, but it means a full eco going into the next round. No second round victory here for the Fnatic squad. Pretty simple procedure for G2. Straight towards B, 2 players towards drop down. Nades at the start, drop the flashbangs, the smokes go in. Let the SMGs do the damage, then the rifles finish things off. Apex with 2, Kenny S with 1. Same story for Body. Just Flasher surviving right now. As we'll get into the next round, we'll see what's available to them. Fnatic will have to take pretty much fully gear, like we said. Flasher with 1 pistol. That's going to be the armor save for him. And no nades purchased, no armor whatsoever. And for now, they could go for a stack towards middle. Potentially, we'll see whether that's an option for them. Round number 3 should be finding MBK some interesting kills here. He's got the Julies to work with. That's it. Didn't bring a rifle or an SMG. He is probably the cheesiest player to CSGO right now with his Krieg antics, the Orc, the Julies, and JW with a Zeus now as they stack towards drop down. A chance, I guess, with the little stack here. The Zeus normally quite prevalent on a map like Cobblestone. Holding up in a very slow default for now. Golden does hit 1 drop down. One's allowed to get the CZ kill. It actually connects, does 99 damage to Shocks. We've seen that a couple of times so far. And not going to find them the kill, unfortunately, there. JW with another Zeus. That's so nuts. I didn't even realize it could do less than 100. I thought once it connects, that was it, but it's been proven wrong a couple of times.
Twice that we've seen it in pro matches. I didn't realize the fall off was so considerable. But it does actually make up for the difference because not getting the kill on it. Shocks has the MAC-10. He can still run and gun and potentially do further damage for G2 to pick up the round. Bomb gets planted, safe hot spot. And Shocks, there you go. With the 1 HP, gets a 2nd kill. Should have taken him out finally. Not like it was hard on a CZ.
HP after me, Shoxy. Ask Golden, he's the one with the Zeus that connected. 1 HP. That is quite funny.
It says LOL.
Yeah.
What can you do?
It's weird. I feel like if it does connect, it should just be a guaranteed shot, but either way. Not meant to be. Flash up. 10 probably gets this kill. Making things expensive for G2 at least, but the 3-0 will come in.
So G2 finally winning a pistol round. It comes on map 3, perhaps enough to give them what they need to close out the series. Again, a chance to go to the arena on the line. Probably one of the most incredible arenas that we go to each and every year. We're fortunate to be here each and every year. Yes,
a lot of legacy within the building. Counter-Strike has grown and developed, as IEM does as well. From 1.6 as one of the most prestigious tournaments hosted every year, and even more so in CSGO now, especially with the Intel Grand Slam thrown into the mix as well. $1 million up for grabs. SK currently with 2 titles. G2 have 1 as well. No one seems to be guaranteed that lock-in for $1 million yet, but it's going to be quite exciting when someone gets to 3, right? That's when you can deny the $1 million, get 100K for winning a final against a team that has 3 wins.
100K additionally to the...
Yes, to the prize pool.
Exactly. Yeah, and SK is the closest so far with 2, I believe.
Yes.
So, we'll see if they can add to that. Their form has been questionable since...
And just to note, that's a clean $1 million. That's not like $1 million split like a prize pool. That's $1 million straight to the team that gets the first 4
wins. It's still split between the players, but yeah, you're exactly right. It's not $1,500,000 to the winner, you know, $250,000 to this, $15,000 to me just for showing up, and then Paula getting $2,000 of whatever days he works. Crims sits in the corner. They jump through, check it, spot him. He's going to have to rely on Flusha to be his aid in this situation, and so far he's distracted, but Crims will make do, or will he? Good jump from Apex, manages to hit the shot.
Well, you'd think now they'll know the A side is open, but a fast rotation for Lekra allows him to get tucked in on the A side here. Shotgun for Golden. That's not ideal.
Certainly not, not if they're going to rotate.
Now, JW will sit alone in the B side with the AWP. 30 seconds remain. What's the play here? Bomb still resides towards the bottom and middle.
Shot JW. Apex is going quietly, so even though Lekro may have slipped over early, they're still going to consider it. Good shot on the M4. Takes the head off of Apex. Good awareness. It looked like he was going to get caught out as he jumped to check the ramp. BK makes up for it. He knows Lekro's there. Not only that, he knows Lekro's fallen off of the wall. Don't deplete all of your ammo, NBK, surely. But he does get the shot. Unfortunately, time is gone. Nothing can be done of the round, and he'll stay alive at least to keep the AK, which is good because he would have lost all the money.
Money's still very tight for Fnatic. Sure, they win the round, but only 1 player surviving means the SMGs will come out. The FAMAS for Lekro, a shotgun again for Golden. MBK might not have won the round, but he certainly has made things expensive. They're not going to force into it. That's got to be one of the first times I've ever said that about G2. If ever there was a time to force, this would be it. You've got like 2K residual cash. You've already spent that. I'd say get the AKs out. You know they're going to have almost nothing here. A weird conservative approach from G2. This is uncharacteristic and one I don't actually agree with. I'll lose the first player. They'll be rushing around the Mac 10s. Probably won't even find any kills here and allow Fnatic to stabilize. This is a bizarre call from them. And now they've got like 4K per player, sure, but they could have had that in the previous round, had AKs and actually had a fighting chance. They open the window of opportunity there for Fnatic at least, 3-2. Third and final map here. Winners go to the playoffs. Remember, Astralis already there after taking down SK Gaming. 2-0, controversial finish at the very end. Quite an exciting series, probably the best I've casted in terms of like the excitement levels in the last year or so. Is absolutely unbelievable. Creek out for MBK once again. FAMAS for Lekro.
Watch and learn how the forced weapons, Kenny S on a pistol, will try to attack Fnatic's full buy, and I say full. You got a UMP and a FAMAS in there, but flashes and Molotovs to the hay bales. Smoke immediately to the close arch. That'll allow them to fall back. So far, we've not seen the smoke that Adam Friedberg talked about. Flash tag down to 73, but that's inconsequential as he gets away. Additional smoke deployed will thwart any chance for G2 to get closer. Now, still get there slowly, but they can't exactly capitalize on Flusha running back. Systematic at this point, though. 50 seconds, all by default. And they'll start to head over toward the B site. Still with two smokes, excuse me, to work with.
This is just Kenny S alone with the pistol, holding up by the A site. His teammate's ready to go in. He'll be towards B. He'll be taken down, but MBK quickly responds. Flash to go in. This is the last commitment. 20 seconds on the clock. Lekr needs to find at least one here. He might go even better than that. Can't find the double spray down. MBK certainly can. 3 on 2, and the Krieg doing tremendous amount of work here. Gunning them down as they rotate in. Flasher left in a 2 versus 1. Shoxy and Body will be able to get the plant in. Flasher got his work cut out for him now. The smoke could actually benefit him, believe it or not, considering he can get close to the bomb site without Shoxy being able to detect it. A slight gap there as well to work with. He could push this smoke. Time will tell. He has got the flashbang and the defuse kit, but still no real intel as to where the T's are positioned. It's that one. Actually might get both. Not meant to be, though. And that will be Fnatic. Not so much on the reset there. They were up against the Pistols before, managed to keep all 5 players alive. But 4-2 for G2. Last buy for Fnatic now. Flasher definitely with a fighting chance there. But here's the Krieg going to town. Good play, I have to say. And then he zooms in on the connected one, gets a 3rd.
Zooms in. You gotta love that on a rifle, but now it's 4 for G2. Fnatic try their utmost to level this up before they lose weapons. Tomas again for Lekr, but the rest onto the M4s. 1 kit only. It's in the hands of Crims. They've elected to go for smokes on everybody else. They want to try and slow them down, and that's not surprising considering it is cobblestone. Flusha will fall off at long once more, but not before deploying his smoke. He's well, ooh, that could be all right. Didn't quite go far enough. Damage to 2, but only 8 HP. This is interesting as well because they've not attacked immediately after putting the Molotovs down, so Flusha thinks he could slip back into what they thought would be cleared. He gets caught out just before it was gone. Crims to watch sneak up, and Shox is in behind him with the CZ. You were saying it, the Pistol's gonna get a free upgrade having gotten up mid. No one even watching the mid ramp.
Yeah, they're saving now. That was beautiful from Shoxy. How he gets behind enemy lines like that, I have no idea. Gets up towards middle. There's so much distraction towards long A. Beautiful round by G2, and I know they have to save at this point. They have to keep these 3 rifles up. No chance they can win the round. Let's just try and tuck ourselves in. Golden sends one of his teammates, boosts him up. Forget about me, leave him behind. Save yourself. I'll hold and drop down and try and fend them off. Keep the wolf from the door. So Apex knows it's likely they saved in this particular area. It's clear for now, so it's B halls where they reside. Fnatic will have fully invested into this round. Got $50 actually for every single player on the squad. They're going to get $1,900 next round. So $1,950 for those playing along. W might get a bit more now. Gets $300 for that M4 kill, and they are going to save the 3 weapons by the looks of things. G2 won't be hunting them at all. And that's actually kind of beneficial, because this is going to force them to actually buy into this round. They'll just think, well, we've got 3 rifles here, might as well go for it. It'll be a weak buy. They can drop like UMPs and pretty much have utility with the dropped weaponry. You can see there, Lekr drops a UMP for his teammate, JW drops one for Crims, so they can actually buy utility, but it means everyone's fully invested with FAMAS, 2 UMPs, 2 kits, and a couple of M4s at the end. Need to win this round or it's going to be very difficult to recover now.
Crims to connector with Flusha out toward long. You're right, it will be difficult. CT side seems to struggle on this map quite frequently among the top teams. Back on the arch rotation, and Flusha's tagged as he gets caught out against the wall. 41 HP. At B, pretty straightforward. Golden's watching the drop room. 2 inside of the site. Not anyone really pressuring B long. We haven't seen a lot of pressure at B long, to be fair. Not as much as we normally see. Top deployed. Flash as well. Quick smoke off to the left to contain Golden at the E box, and that should give drop room to G2. It'll be Shox to head down first. Didn't quite get the pallet right, so a thunderous noise as he lands. Hold from JW, patience as Shox tries to sneak through the smokes and surprise them by getting position they wouldn't have expected. You said it, Fnatic need this round. 37 seconds. And we'll find out if they can get it. NBK, Signet can't do anything with it. He gets taken down by Golden. The UMP toward long they go. Flashes out and it's not going to work. JW gets 2 and Lekro behind the tree finally slides out to close off Apex.
G2 showing their hand towards A at the very start. They do some damage towards Flusher, pushing back towards the bomb site. They go back towards B there. Not really much of an execute there. NBK in towards drop down, completely wrecked by Golden as he jumps through the window of the UMP. Creed can't find that close range frag, and 5-3. Just looking a little bit happier now as JW goes for a lot of frags there. Beneath the tree, had a teammate up there as well. Money's still not great for G2. They get the CZ down now. NBK will join them. 5 of those. 5 sets of armor, a little bit of utility. 1 smoke, 3 flashbangs. And what's the play here in terms of their setup? 4 towards A. Body just holding towards the B-halls. Shoxy gives them the bomb and falls back towards Body's position, so maybe they're going to just try and go for an A-split through the drop-down area. Crims now with the Krieg, he'll be using that towards danger. And probably quite a good spot for it. You can zoom in and see them running through. Always got the dot to work with there.
Some people use the dot as their full-time crosshair.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting idea last year during Pro League when we could swap crosshairs to replicate that of a specific player who was playing on the evening. First kill goes to the Pistols. Body gets it at the window. Shox is the one that actually takes the damage in exchange. He gets traded out, but he's left on 4 HP from his first affair. Crimson Flusha making good work and quick work of everyone else that remains. And finally, Body decides to repeat JW with the kill. We get back within 1 round. Apart, 5-4, still for G2.
G2 with only 2k on Apex. What's happened there? Why is he got so little money compared to his teammates? Go on in the previous. I guess he did, and they didn't have the same amount of cash as him. He only gets 1900 this round, so they'll take a pause. G2 have called that. 5-4. Fnatic getting back into this one. This is the 3rd and final map to decide who makes it to the playoffs. The squad are looking too infused right now. Smiths will be working out what's the strategy here going to the next round. Do they buy up around Apex with 2k? They can get 4 rifles and a CZ in his hands. He's on 5 kills and 8 deaths right now. No orb for the Fnatic side. Their money starting to get stabilized now. Krieg's in the hands of Crims. M4s for JW and Flusher, AK for Lekro. Gordon also on the rifle.
So, NSG 5-5-3 on either side. Crims to carry it over. Why not? Flusha gets back inside a connector this time. It's an attempt to hold. Down again. The utility battle out toward long corner of A. He's going to land pretty much right on Body. So all the damage that he did to Flusha while he was throwing it is canceled out or at least traded back. In fact, relatively evenly. 43-67. He comes out worse off. Molotov, and they want to clear the corner again. They have. Now they can set and ready potentially for a smoke execute. Only 3 smokes, but a smoke execute nonetheless toward both Romeo and the doorway. As Crims, I thought, was going to get a chance to see NBK shoulder. Here they come. Flash off is well timed. Crims forced off the angle. They can at least get around the corner. It's Flusha inside of the site that will be their biggest threat. I think as well, I'm not sure that I spotted it. Is there a smoke on the inside of the APC or not? Because that takes off one of the other alleyways in which you can spot toward top mid, which gives Shox a better entry. It seems there's not. Could have sworn I spotted one, but either way, he's gone. He's past the doorway. That's the main thing. It could be another round similar to when he had the CZ that he gets behind. All of Fnatic, although they seemingly are aware. JW spots him, shuts him down, and Apex is left to his own device to try and walk in. Flash goes deep, spots 2, but can't fire at the correct target. The immediate threat was on the left. He chose the right, and Fnatic get the round. We're tied up.
It was Fnatic that crashed out in the group stages over in Kiev. Now making a solid case to break the playoffs here in Katowice. G2 looking frustrated almost. You can see Apex arguing with his teammates. Not looking too happy over there. Number 11, Pistols. Just the Deagles, PG-50s, no armor, no nades. And Fnatic to potentially take the lead. This is a T-sided map, and G2 actually managed to win the pistol this time. They've got 1 out of 5 so far. Flash up, good damage towards middle. The grenade might finish them off. Okay, JW. That's an interesting approach. Pulls on the nade, stares to the eye of Shoxy. Looks like a very simple procedure here. Lovely work from the CZ there, just demonstrating his power. As they will spray down 3. Lovely control, 6-5. All power for Kenny S. Another quiet game for him, 5 and 7. 4 kills for Body. 12 for Flusher. That's CZ getting it done. His final shot, I'm a big fan of. Very well done. Is the CZ too powerful? You be the judge.
I'm not a very good judge, Henry.
No.
Unfortunately, I just put everyone in jail for life.
Don't execute them.
Death penalty is illegal in Canada.
Yeah.
But I would if I could. You'd be first.
Doesn't surprise me.
I wouldn't wet the sponge either.
Doesn't that make it less effective?
No, it makes it more.
Exactly. Why would you wet
But
it?
it makes it painful. It's going to hurt you more instead of just getting the job done. Yeah, have you seen the green? Haven't you seen the Green Mile? Yeah, the waters are transferable for the.
Did I get more current?
It's like not a conductor. No, I forget what. Yeah, I think conductor. Makes it more immediate. I don't know. Watch the Green Mile, man. I just saw it there once. Some guy didn't wet the sponge. It made it real painful.
Well, there we go.
I don't know how it all works. Told you I don't apply that sentence very often.
First kill comes in. It's going to be JW goes down. It was Body that picked him up. Like I said, quiet game for him so far, but they've got the man advantage this time. There are 2 players for the Fnatic side towards A. The final commitment comes in. They'll just try and do what they can here. Crim's no longer with the Krieg in his hands. He'll have to be down to the AK-47 now. So GT might have this round. MBK needs to find the frag. Wallbangs Flusher through the telephone pole. Bomb down, but Kenny S starting to find some kills now.
Crim sliding back out, though, from the hood of the truck. Seemingly getting at least 1 kill and getting away. Still dropped on the inside of the wall. Crims is going to set and see if he can find more when they walk directly toward him. He's not sure which side first. Sees the shadow, tries to react, and Kenny's got the angle. Not only does he get the kill on the op, he'll get the extra money for the plants, even though it's after the time. 6-6. And G2 back in the driving seat, at least for now. I say that, and there's tons of money for Fnatic, so they could easily throw out the spike strip once more.
6-6. Coming to the end of the first half now. Not clear who's going to be on top. GT, though, quite a convincing round in the previous. It will be the orb for Lekro this time. It's very Swedish style counter-strike when almost anyone on the team can pick up the AWP. Lekro presumably holds towards the B side, not going to be coming towards the upper platform. So it'll be by the statue, JW by the broken wall.
Kenny's seemingly understanding. Might be close. Takes that fired shot through the wall. I thought he anticipated it, but then they walk in and both go down to Crims. It's MBK that makes up for it. 4 versus 3 in favor once again of Fnatic on the CT side, having come back from what was a 4-2 deficit when it looked like at 5-2 they were going to lose all of the momentum. It's now JW to take out Shocks, and this round looking more convincing as well. G2's looking like they don't have that much to work with on this map.
Well, for now, they'll have the work cut out for them. MBK and Body. We'll be holding up. Both segregated right now. The bombs towards long A. And MBK doing what he can, but it's unlikely Fnatic even giving an opening here. They're trying to run down the clock as much as they can. Lekro holds the connector. Both of them heading towards A at this point. They have got smokes, Molotovs, but they do need to maybe find a kill before they can really commit.
Shot out, can't happen. Golden's already got the angle as the crouch peak seemingly not that effective for MBK. Leaves Body in a 1 versus 4, as you said. So 21 seconds. He'll go down. Flusha getting the round, and 7 of them now for Fnatic. Solid performance from the sexy Swedes.
14 and no money for G2. Good play from Golden.
So, as we mentioned, the spike strip could have been deployed, Henry. There's no one in the driver's seat anymore because the car's not rolling. Pistols, CZs. Flash down toward mid. Nate goes in. Even with armor, it's considerable. Apex left at 54 HP. exchange from the pistols. Golden, I thought, was going to go down in that situation, but Lekr there to save him. Should go 8-6 pretty comfortably. Straightforward.
Yeah, Fnatic do take the lead now. Round number 15 will come through. Money still poor for them. That force by didn't yield any sort of success. They're on the ropes. Remember, this is a T-sided map, and Fnatic looking quite comfortable here. They'll take a timeout, G2 that is. They've got to buy something. They've got less than 3K per player. Apex 1900, 2K on Kenny S, 3K Shoxy and Body. And the Smiths will have to think of something marvelous here. Discussing the plan. Former G2 player up until the start of 2016 and stepped down after a spell of poor form. The main AWP of the squad had to be removed to allow Kenny S to come in. This was known as the super team when it was first formed. They've won a couple of titles, but overall I'd say it's not been the hype we were all expecting. He's across the board once again, smokes, flashbangs, and it might even get worse once Shoxy gets the surgery. Smith had to just step back in then. And I'm not sure what their plan will be at that point. They'll have to play Pro League, and maybe they'll step down from as many events.
Yeah, it's an interesting... we talked about the necessity of getting wins for them as well at the start of Pro League, and they certainly struggled to do so. Good look down the B hallway. Smoke thrown out this time shallowly. They'll see if they can push through and take advantage. Shox. Closest one to do so in round 15 when you only have pistols says something went terribly wrong with your economy. Shox has to get out of the corner. He's gonna go all by himself. What a brawler, unfortunately. Gets smoked with a baseball bat. Lekr with the kill.
One kill. Shoxy has dropped the last round of the first half. Smokes, flashbangs, that's all they've already got. No map control, no one on the platform, no one penetrated long A whatsoever. The halls will be the rotation point as they make their way towards the final play. Oh, they get 8-7, very unlikely at this point.
Shots coming in as JW cuts back from Ebox. Passive hold it long, no one directly close to the wall, and yet they still make good on it. MBK, though, gets one back, and Apex has surprised JW by being a lot closer than I think he anticipated. So a gun grab. 1 HP, though, for MBK. That's all that is left. As G2, with 2 players up, should be able to close the round. AWP for Crims. If it misses a shot, could give away 1, but nothing picked up from MBK. And 11 seconds. 9-6, Fnatic turned things around. Remember, they were 5-1 down at a point as well, so that's a pretty remarkable turnaround on the CT side of Cobblestone.
Yeah, well, there we go. G2 at least making it competitive. Fnatic looking like the better squad here. Are they destined for the playoffs? Time will tell. Pistol could be very important. G2 only finding 1 so far of the 3 maps. Can they get anything more? Time will tell. We'll take a quick break and be back with the second half.
Intel Extreme Masters.
So G2, after having a great start, winning their first pistol of the series as well, and the subsequent 3-0, 5-1, lose the half 9-6.
Interesting tweet from Lurpers here. Maybe G2 secretly think that the CZ75 is better than the AK, so they mismanaged their money on purpose to have an excuse to buy it. There was some absolutely mad times there when they could have got the AKs out. They completely got the money shut down on the Fnatic side, right? They could have afforded AKs with the 4K they had. Instead, they opted for CZs and Rush B, right? And they were up against SMGs and FAMASs. They could have just got the AKs out and run away with their round play default. They instead went to a Rush B, gave Fnatic a clean sweep. 5 players survived, and they bought the next round a really poor buy because they just forced at the CZ and everything, and it was really weird in terms of their approach again. They're either force buying too much or too little. It doesn't really make any sense at all across the board. As we'll get into round number 1 here in the second half. We'll have a look at the buys on either side. CZ for body, seems to be buying that quite a lot in the pistols. HE for him as well. Costs $500 for the CZ, 300 for the nade. You do the maths. As we'll get into flush Molotov, 2 flashes, no smokes. Suggests they'll go towards B. Do need the smoke to cross on the A side. Body though, not having any troubles with the initial encounters. Double kill for him. CZ, nice and strong at that range.
Shot, Golden to get 1 back in return at least, with Shocks opened up the scoring, if you will, between the two. That was changed as Golden's gone to BK. Call this round to sit because Bomb is now flung forward and Flush has got a long way to go just to get back to it. Finds King S and somehow gets away with 3 players staring him down. So gets the kill, takes the damage, but fades back into oblivion. The problem is, didn't get the bomb in doing so, so he still has to go back to where he once came. Flush is going to try to bait them in, to get them to isolated headshot positions and forget the bomb altogether. 58 seconds. He's going to make us wait, Henry. He's going to rotate, just kidding, around and back to the top of middle.
Trying to make them sweat out, make a mistake. The thing is, they have the bomb, so why would they push any further? He'll have 1 kill so far. His body, they found the initial 2 kills. He's down to 11 HP. Actually, no nades, no armor. Will wait his wait as long as possible here, seeing if there's any sort of opportunity towards middle. Maybe get them second guessing. Is he coming around all the way from B? He actually heads towards long, so he goes towards the B halls. Takes such a long route so they can't see him crossing toward the top of middle. This is a smart idea, but still a bit of a reach to justify a round victory. Can't find it. If he makes that kill, there's a real chance, but Apex will be aware, well controlled, and we'll get into round number 2 here, presumably a force buy, as G2 pick up their second pistol of the best of 3 so far, starting to have the stats a little bit more. A much needed pistol of that. Body opening things up with a nice CZ precision here. Could hear the other player drop down, of course, and takes him down. In the end, it will be a force buy across the board for Fnatic. Lecro with that deadly deagle. Watch out for that.
So, G2 on both pistols. This could be the game that actually they lose. They still have to play from behind. Similar scenes to Fnatic on Cash. Though there was more encouragement, if you will, on how it all transpired in the beginning. So FAMAS for Kenny. The M4 for Apex. Shot out from Lecro. Knows there's one up close at the stables, but can't do anything of it. Golden, much to the same, falls back off the angle, and even though the smoke is deployed, they'll wait. They have to. No choice about it. For a beautiful deagle shot is Lecro. He's been remarkable on that weapon, by the way. I've been rather impressed on that, just in specific, let alone the reinvigorated game from him. And it's the pistols and specifically that deagle that somehow find a gap toward the A site. They can't rush down to the site just yet. They're not quite in position. Golden still watching to make sure no one's going to be on top of the balcony. Bomb is in his hands. He dictates the pace in this round as well because they're still waiting for the rotation of body, and he's gone the long way. He's going to try and flank and hold them in. Concedes a bomb plant as a result of it. The smoke is going to get found as well by Lecro, who's upgraded onto an M4. This round's going to get stolen. Fnatic in great position. Shocks with an MP9 as well, suddenly at range, trying to work his way back in after the bomb plant. He does not have a kit either, and he's got no utility. Full HP on both, but Lecro holds it together, and Fnatic get their 10th.
They absolutely do. The first to post double digits here. Fnatic steal the round away in the second after dropping the pistols. So it makes that almost useless for GT now. They might have to force by themselves. What's the play? Do they go for a very conservative full eco here? We'll bring out the scout. the 5-7s, 2 5-7s. So, oh my goodness, I don't have any CZs equipped on Cobblestone. What is this? So
That's
the T side, they've got
bizarre.
all the CZs equipped across the board. CT side, they opt for a 5-7 instead.
Do they seem to think in some bizarre mentality that the 5-7 is actually better than the CZ? Obviously, you can only get it on the CT side, which is why they wouldn't replace it on that side.
I'll be honest, I haven't used it in his current form at all. I couldn't really comment too much.
There was a period, but it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I same as you. I don't use it enough. It's faster to switch to, but that's if it's a secondary, not a primary.
It's definitely not as powerful. It's in the current game, it can still find frags, but I think it's more like close range and fast spamming. We'll see whether it can find any success here. Kenny S seems to think so. Put himself in a nice position. You can see once he starts missing it, it's a little bit awkward, and CZ, you'd argue, probably gets that kill. As we'll get into a 3-on-3. Shoxy tagged up down to 13. Bomb's still towards top and middle. So remember, this is the force back from G2. 7 doing good work this round.
He's behind the pillar. Gets one. He's holding the angle as well. He's just being a nuisance in that connector position. It's actually quite brilliant and beautiful to watch because he's got both CTs divided. And he's done so much work to distract that of Shox that Shox is not going to be aware the bomb's gone directly by him, and he actually had a chance to steal it and take control of the situation. It's Fnatic taking it over to B instead. Good call.
Yeah, and he gets the Molotov in the face as well. They're very aware as to where he might be. Goes towards drop down, 7 HP. Almost impossible to win this round with no kits. And that's if I don't make any mistakes here. He'll tag one, has to be the dink there though. Now they know where he is, it's unlikely they challenge again. They know exactly what weapon he's got, where he's positioned, and unlikely he has a kit. Already got the call, he's low HP already. Another missed shots. And at this point, it's just him trying to keep them with the bomb and hopefully take a couple of them down once it explodes. But the challenge comes in. Jade facing together, it's Crimps to get the final killing blow there. And there we go, 11-7. Money in the bin for G2. Desperate times now. Likely to be 12-7. As round number 19 will come in. Mac 10's out. SMG's available. JW can bring out the sawed-off shotgun. Haven't seen that for some time. He's purchased it in the last couple of months or so, but it's not like in 2015 when he's just running around a bit every single round of Cobblestone and drop down, actually completely destroying people. As we'll find out if this round will yield anything at all for G2. I'd think 1 kill would be the absolute maximum. And let's find out. Deagle there for Shoxy.
JW swinging wide behind the tree. He's going to try and do what he can with the Mac-10. He'll take down Body. Look at the headshot damage as well on the Shox. Okay. Mac-10's apparently just a laser beam when he's wielding it. Swing back around as well. Crims with the good shot. It's Apex. It's suddenly left in a 1 versus 5.
Clean sweep map, bonus round of sorts, considering they won the second round forced, but I won't call it strictly that. The money should be a little more stable for G2 at this point after taking the full eco. The AWP for Kenny S comes out. Just to note though, he has not got armor, so if the Mac-10's can get close to him through the smokes, negate their way through the bullets, there might be a chance here, who knows? If they win this round, Fnatic, their money will be so astronomically high, I would say that's game. G2, a lot of pressure on their shoulders right now. Third and final map. It's been quite a quick day here. Number 2. 2 zeros in the first best of 3s. Obviously the B stream kicking off as well. Kenny S though, he shuts down the mid rush coming in. It's a nice call to throw in every now and then for Kenny S. You feel like he's going to get multiple frags here. He won't just go down with 1. MBK joins in as well. The Mac-10's not really causing too much damage here as Kenny S gets yet another one. That armor starting to be a bit of an issue, but he's still alive and kicking. Flick shot coming in, but the Mac-10 does find him. Now things become a little bit more problematic. Grimm's making his way towards a bomb site. Speculative shots towards the door, doesn't connect. MBK through the murder hole. They can afford to wait up now. They don't even necessarily have to stay at the A-bomb site, but the plant does come in. Damage done to flush up. Now already misses out on the escape routes.
Grim's the last alive. Does have the bomb down. He can try and make do with the AK. Given the oh, the Mac-10s are gone. How does he hit MBK on that as well?
Wow.
That was a stray bullet. He went for the reload immediately. If he hadn't been prepared, he might have been able to find Shox as well. I thought that was going to work.
Plenty of time for the defuse, regardless of the kits. But very expensive round for the French boys. And remember, that's a bonus round for Fnatic. With the bomb down as well, they had Mac 10s in that one.
That's a huge success.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. They can give the round up and still know they've got G2 completely rattled at this point. They're going to be struggling to buy. They can drop an orb, but what else? Had to reload.
Had to. Unfortunately, I did see the number that time, but man, oh man, that would have been incredible. Great reaction time to spot the second player by the ramp. So.
UMP for Mass, 1 kit, Kenny S, no helmet. They won't have SMGs this round, but it's signs of the times. G2, another must-win round once again. Fnatic know they have full control of the economy right now. It's such a difficult position to be in. Knowing that you lose 1 round, that could be the game. Just to break that down for you, if they lose this round at 13-8, they're in a double eco position, so have a force buy and try and avoid map point. If they do that and lose it, that's a game gone. Or they take a double eco after losing this one and they're at map point and have to hold on and play for overtime. G2 really do need this one. In terms of the general setup right now. Looking like a B execute will be coming in. Shoxy on the platform. There's a very common Molotov spot. You can see Crims finds one as well towards that drop-down room. If they can flush out Shoxy, that'd be a great start, but they need to wait for the smoke to go down first. They have a clean shot at it before they Molotov that position. There's the Molotov map. Will it be converted? He's burning, but he gets 2. How has he done that? Still going to be an equal situation.
That's remarkable that he got 2.
I have no idea how he did it. They knew he was there. They Molotov him out, but he still gets the drive-by, a clothesline kill. 2 of them. Kenny S on the AWP. Means the HP's not as much as a factor, but a boost comes in. Planted and a great shot. JW takes down 1. And now Golden with such an important play here. He doesn't find it. Apex takes him down. And that will be another recovery stance from G2. They're keeping the dream alive here. Still going to be struggling. They don't recover the orb there. Yes, they did. They gave it to Kenny. I beg your pardon. So now Apex might be able to drop something else. We'll have a look. No pause coming in. Fnatic with another buy. There's no, they win one of these. They can keep buying and consistently bring it down to the 1v1. They will find G2 a break point eventually.
So 3 rounds between them, but Fnatic still in control, and certainly you could argue they are with the weapons this round as well, despite that there is an AWP for Kenny. So an 8 thrown out to the door for anyone that's up close by Apex. No one is immediately. The Golden Boy.
Thirteen kills for him. This is a good chance to have a look. 23 kills for Crims. He really has been the talisman of Fnatic in recent months. At the top for Kenny S is going to be 10 kills for him. It's actually pretty equally distributed. MBK's at the top, he's got 16. So he'll find the opening frag and give them another lifeline here. Remember, Fnatic so close to just running away with this game, but they can't find that 1 round. He takes the nade to the face and
BK though, you're right, they're so close to running away with it, but at the same time they've still got to win this round more importantly than perhaps Golden couldn't respond in time. Despite Apex being low, they do make up for it, and JW goes 1 further as he finds body behind the door.
oh, the HE grenade, the plume of smoke there protects them. That's actually something JW brought to their game initially, like throwing grenades at corners, facing the AWP, and using that little cloud of smoke as the veil as they find a completely open A bomb site here. Maybe not for long though, you can see rotation from Shox. He has given himself up though, can't find that killing blow. 9 seconds, the bomb will be planted. Big round for G2, remember, Shox, he's been so good so far, can he find anything more?
Just gets nailed, he couldn't get the angle. It looked like he was looking toward the back of the APC, but Kenny, the last alive, has a kit, and he's worked back into the site. JW refuses, to reveal himself. So Kenny has to go searching, and he gets the shot immediately. It's on to Flusha. Back of the site. Same problem. Not willing to show himself. Thinks that Kenny's gone to the right. Kenny actually gets the angle and gets back over. And he's got the time as well. Does have a kit, excuse me. I thought he didn't, but
another
absolutely.
1v1. How many of those in a row are GC going to win? 3 to be exact. These aren't the cleanest of rounds, but they're all counting. Money might be broken for Fnatic. They might have to give in and realize they're not going to break down G2 that easily. They've tried and tried. It's just not happening for them. Still with a 12-10 lead. This map is absolutely anyone's. Number 23 comes in. They're going to force buy once more. Everyone's still fully invested. But Fnatic not as strong anymore. They were playing with 5 rifles for so long, and now Galil, Mac-10, UMP, 2 AKs. Mishmash in the utility. Same story for G2, of course, but Kenias keeps saving that AWP, and something Fnatic certainly don't have. B-Rush coming in this time from one player at least. Flusher makes his way in there. He's got all 5 players in front of him. He's actually caused so much of a rotation here.
He's going to destroy them on that alone. Oh, HP. He wants to bust out with that Mac-10 and take advantage of it. Smoke, oh, excuse me, in the flash! Oh. I thought going beyond him with that smoke down, he would be able to turn it around and catch off Shocks, but he seemingly was aware or caught a glance of him perhaps on the way by, but gets the kill nonetheless. Now they need to strike. Now they need to take advantage of the fact that Flusha had them all locked into B. As inside of the murder hole, Crims will take down one. MBK will know that he's there, but the flash won't allow him to go for the immediate repeak.
Wow, this is a huge round. Remember, Fnatic just need one to break them out of the game. They might have to consider saving all 4 weapons here, map.
They're going to, wow, I said they're going to. JW is going to back around.
I think they are now.
Okay, it's a good call. I thought JW was going to start swinging early to get behind them, which would have been brilliant, but nonetheless, Fnatic's not in the greatest position financially to do so. So they are going to back away, and Fnatic will get the 13th round. No more one-on-ones this time.
Well, they have to, really. As I've been mentioning the last 3 rounds, there's lose 1, and that's going to be it. The investments just cost them too much here. They'll only get 1,400 into the next round, so they have to just take this one on the chin. It's the correct call to make, and they will not be hunting for the frags. So Kenias keeps his AWP. The M4, the AK, MP7 for MBK there. 13-10, Fnatic, after losing 3 in a row post their first. Nice approach from Flusher, though. Like I said, he busts out into the B site. Oh, he doesn't even get a fist bump. Poor Jumpy.
That's all right.
There we go. JW doesn't even hanging. He gets out by himself, 1 HP for so long. Does damage to 1. If he finds that kill, it would even make it more cleaner, but we'll see. Was it enough? Auto shotgun for Apex. Okay. Is that the weapon to save them?
Well, Kenny with the flames in front won't be able to see to the corner, but he still has the position on the stairwell. Deep smoke for him.
Yeah, it just pushes any AWPers back, allows him to establish himself, and they can nade that boost position right now.
Small gap in that smoke. I thought he might be able to catch if someone crossed.
They can even Molotov if they want to. I think they've already tried to put the smoke down.
JW will get away.
So they're going to try and lock him in.
Yeah,
whoever it is, that's going to be JW, I believe. It's Lecro, in fact. So what does he do here? He knows what everyone's looking at him, but he actually rises up to the occasion. Dinks one, gets another. That's fantastic from Lecro, and sets up JW as well. That's an absolute blunder from G2.
And that's going to be enough. This round will be enough to break the economy down even further than it already is, but look at MBK. Shocks is going to complement it. M4 works, and they suddenly have the man advantage. Only for a moment, and then it's gone. A fleeting moment at that, because Shocks still has the AK. But bomb down. He does have a bit of time to work with, given that they're so low. And the smoke to connector, they may think that this is actually a safe place, if you will, and he could be sneaking in behind them. This could be huge.
Awful smoke in the connector, did nothing for them, really. And now, he thinks it's A, though, unfortunately for him. He spotted in so deeply towards B. It's not that they've masterminded this, they had to go back and get the bomb. It's just a happy coincidence. The moment they come back is when he falls right back towards A. And that should remove him from the round. Decent attempt, but he has to save the AK. That's going to be in the money well and truly gone now. If they're going to have any sort of chance in the next round when it's 14-10, what do? When they force buy in, this is where it gets disastrous. This is what Fnatic wanted. They knew if they could just win a couple, G2 would be out of it. They saved before. Still with the reinvestments, the money's low. With an AK, maybe that's just the play. They have to just go around with the 5.7s. Remember, they don't have the CZs equipped on the CT side. Which is bizarre to me, why they opt for this, the 5.7. I've not seen it do any sort of damage in the last 3 or 4 months. I thought, wow, the 5.7's overpowered.
No, I know exactly that. I mean, it's one thing to go with an SG553 on one player for something different, but to do that, I'm curious. Perhaps their game's reset to default and they forgot to re-equip it, Henry. It's not like they install their own config, obviously. But it's a decision that they've made that doesn't seem to go much in their favor.
They're all in.
Well, that doesn't surprise me at all because, again, it's G2. It's 14 rounds Fnatic. They're going to be facing overtime point.
Yeah, they've got the AK, and this is so desperate right now. It's the only chance they've got is Shoxy just like faces the platform. Rails one, but it looks like Fnatic might be making it to the playoffs. Time will tell, though. Still a lot of work to do, really. G2 on pistols is no joke.
Shox waiting at the box. Be the one who would challenge it. He goes down, but Lekro certainly does not. However, the force buy finds its form because MBK is going to take out Crims immediately after watching the smoke. Bonnie's inside of it. Bonnie could actually surprise them all with a flash. Flash a little bit early. Second one's not, but Flush is not blinded by it.
MBK tagged up. He might have got one kill on the other side of the map, but it might not be working out from this time. The smoke there, Flusher seems to just know coming through. Indeed, he does. And just Apex, he hasn't got any of the aforementioned weaponry. Just a 5-7. 3 versus 1, and he'll sit beneath the tree. We'll take a huge mistake here from Fnatic to even give him a window, even a kill. Hit the CZ or a trade. Bad though. Stop. Traded out. 15-10. That was the force buy. In terms of loss bonus, they'll have the 3rd stage. That's going to be $2,400 per player. Half the buy, and G2. Surely this is it. I can't see a world where they win this with just the 5-7s, Deagles, MP9s, auto shotguns. So max 7. MP9 for Shox, MP7 for MPK, 5-7 for Kenny S, CZ for Body. Not
Good
great.
luck, my friends.
Yes. Fnatic don't have to do anything too crazy here. Default, work the map, find the shots, trade out kills, make sure the close range weaponry can't take them down too much.
So here we go, back into it. As Kenny S will be left with just the pistol to work with. Remember, in this version of the HUD, when nothing shows in that blue bar, it means they've only got a sidearm. So Kenny and Body both in the same situation. Nade through. Kenny might be able to do something with this. Has to back off, but the smoke tries to peek before it blooms, and Golden takes advantage of it.
The beginning of the end.
Well, perhaps. Let Apex decide.
Thing is, that's just such a one and done position, isn't it? Oh no, we're going to report him.
I would report him if he doesn't.
Is he
get
about to cheat? Is this happening?
He's surely going to get one. Golden is a wise man. Even the shadow. Not enough for Apex to check the corner correctly. And Flusha gets the shot on Body. You're right. Beginning of the end in DG2. Unfortunately, can't come up with spades in the final map. 16 for Fnatic. They reverse the series and turn it around even when G2 won both pistols. It's their turn to steal the map away, and they'll move on to the Spodek Arena.
They do indeed. It's an iconic venue for a team like Fnatic. Maybe not with this particular lineup, but the organization certainly. And G2 be very disappointed that seems to be getting worse and worse as the time goes on. They can't even...
The super disappointing team.
Oh, that's quite good. I like that. But there we go. We'll play Fnatic, a 3-map slobber knockout.
Yeah, slobber, I like that word. It's a good way of putting it. I mean, look, they grinded back into that. They said it in the interview that they struggled on cash. That showed, but they made up for it. We'll be back with the desk in just a minute.
Vodafone presents the post-match.
Yes, indeed. Even the 2 pistols was not enough for the French here on Cobblestone. You know, we had expectations. In fact, Freiburg, to the right of me, did have a whole lot of faith in what Fnatic were going to be doing on Cobblestone. And, well, they do deliver. I'm joined as well by Chad Birchall. We're going to be putting our minds to the test to try and understand exactly where G2 fell short and where Fnatic brought home the winner. Reverse sweep as well. The Swedes do manage to do it in 3. I guess we just have to kind of say, you bang on. Did you get to see the smoke you asked for, though? I don't think you did.
No, not really, actually.
God damn it.
But then when I got back to the green room, I was watching the game, I was like, oh yeah, now I remember. Apex and Kenny. Name a more iconic duo to work A on Cobble, right? They're doing it every round and they're really good at it. But I think Fnatic, they had some cool setups. They were playing a lot together. This is what I love about playing together. Like on the city side Cobble, you play together on A. You don't play one mid, one matrix, like. Right. So you play together, they did it very good. They could trade frag them really well. They came out on top many times, but yeah, Fnatic, they played good. And Crims once again came alive on this map.
Yeah, he's woken up definitely just in the right time, getting them to that playoff stage where they still have to play another match for seed, right? So their last game, they who are they playing exactly? I just had the bracket up.
They're playing for the FaZe clan.
Yes, you're bang on. Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are bang on. That's fun. Yeah, so basically if they beat FaZe, then they go straight to the semi. If not, they play on the Friday in the quarterfinals. But for them to show up and Crims to put in that kind of performance, I've been saying ever since this change of Golden's come in, Crims has kind of changed as a player as well. When Olaf was in the team, he was the playmaker, Crims was the rock. Now, Crims seems to do it all. There's a lot more hybrid players in the squad. Everyone can do it, and maybe it's map dependent. I think going into this one, I said that the win condition for G2 was to win the CT pistol. Maybe I should have said to win the CT pistol and convert. Yeah. Because I want them to get that AWP online very early, because I talk about the barometer player of Shox, you know, going wherever he wants. Cobblestone isn't a map on the CT side where you can do that, right? You're not pushing for information. You're not really going for those opening kills so much. You kind of go into your positions, waiting to be executed on, and then hoping you can stand up and defend. The guys from G2 are always really good at taking duels and picking them and winning them on their own accord. The issue is, on a map like Cobblestone on the CT side, you're dictated to time and time again. Right, and what is also interesting is, you know, we kind of lost the talking point around Fnatic, which was, of course, their proficiency with that limited buy. We know G2 definitely like to bring that fight to them, but it is interesting as well that we did see big plays from players like Flusher with the CZ, who, I mean, that name a more iconic duo right there. In fact, you know what, I believe that the Flusher's CZ did come up as one of our play faster moments by Vodafone, but you can just take a quick look at the scoreboard first. You can see how things did shape up. It is once again Crims, but look at that, a loose and goosey Shoxy, 62 frags. Yeah, look, obviously him having a good performance is great for maybe his confidence, but the rest of the team not really being able to contribute too much there. But this is the play you were talking about, Alex Flusher.
What a
bang,
pistol,
bang,
right?
bang.
What a pistol.
Wow, okay. Well, Flusher, he had to use it, mate. He started to click and point and get the kills, so can't take too much away from the boy. You are right, Alex, he does love that gun. But that's with one magazine of a CZ. You know, they say it's supposed to be like the one and done pistol. You're supposed to be able to get there, get the kill, get the weapon. He's mowing down 3. That's trigger restraint, and that's fantastic positioning, and managing to mow down 3 very talented players in the form of G2. So yeah, credit where it's due. That's definitely a play faster moment if ever I saw one. Either way, reverse sweep, and they do manage to pick it up. Let's kind of get our closing points on this series, and let's try and summarize it in a nice well-formatted way.
As a starter, I'll say G2 continues to struggle with their best of 3s, right?
Yeah.
We've said that they're good in the group stages. Now here's a different system, as we all know, and they can still close out on the best of 3s. They won the first map here, but they fell short. I don't know what to make of it.
I just think that G2, it's one of the things where the stars have to align. If all the players are going to show up and, you know, at least 3 of them are going to put numbers on the board, they're probably going to win because they have a lot of talent in this roster. My biggest issue with them going forward, not in this tournament, is structure. They can't fix structure in this event. They just have to hope with their next matchups that they can perform to the level they need to, and everyone can get on that same page. Yeah. Otherwise, they're going to have the same struggles. It might be Kenny next time having the highest stats and everyone else dropping off. You need multiple of these players to step up, be on the same page, and be able to frag, you know, like we saw them do on the first map, Cache. Yeah, and while talking about their next match, we can bring up the brackets. That will help understand exactly what's happened to G2. For all you French fans out there, look at the lower bracket. You'll see they were meeting the Ninjas after their success versus the Aussies of Order. That was a game we started with today. In case you didn't catch it, it was a rather one-sided affair. The Australians struggling to find the depth and talent necessary to best such a legacy that is the Ninjas in pajamas, albeit with some much fresher faces in it. You can see, and they did put up somewhat of a fight. The individual, Sicko for one, was standing up as tall as he could. Yeah, look, some of these boys, they've been playing Counter-Strike for some time now, but they're definitely youngsters. There are talented kids in this team. I've, you know, played pugs with them back at home from time to time again. But being on this stage against calibers of players who play at the high level week in, week out, it's just a different ballpark, Alex. Yeah. It's like being thrown into a fire and just hoping that you can survive, and they weren't able to get anything done. Absolutely not. Now, let's also mention, of course, FaZe have managed to pick up that qualification and be like beating North in that best of 3, and that was kind of systematic dismantling, wasn't it, really, Adam? I mean, you look at the highlights, you're just going to see not only the normal candidates, but Karrigan had one of the biggest games we've seen in years.
Yeah, especially on there on the first map, he had a great game, and it's fun to see. Even the in-game leader, I mean, he has been sometimes criticized for his fragging abilities, but you could definitely see he still got it in him. And I mean, then you have Rain, you have Nico, you have Olaf, you have Guardian. Yeah. Well, you know, if Karrigan keeps on playing like he did on the first map, where will FaZe be on Sunday? Probably with a trophy in your hand, right? The thing with when you're FaZe and you're in this stage of the tournament, you're going up against these opponents, you're just super confident every time, because group stage is just like, the hardest thing is probably to motivate yourself for the group stage match, but they just came out confident here today. Karrigan leading by example.
those 30 kills like you mentioned, definitely something to help the boys get inspired.
Yeah, and of course the luxury they have now is that they're 1 best of 3 away from the semi-finals. The way this format does work is they are qualified for the quarters by now playing the other team that is still in the upper bracket, which at this point is Fnatic. One of them will be securing themselves a spot in those semi-finals. Imagine that, just what a breeze for FaZe. Should they best Fnatic, they're on the semi-final stage, they're already in the Spodek, and they're 1 best of 3 away from a best of 5 final for a title.
I'd be really happy with that, I think. You know, it's kind of a run that you're looking for, right? If you can just win 5 maps straight, you're straight into the semis, like you're saying. You can look at the opponents, you can adjust anything you need to, take your time and come into that semi-final. As still one of the best teams in the world, obviously a little bit disappointing lately, but these guys have so much star power that there should be a shoe-in, you know, with looking at where we are at the moment to make it to that grand final.
And you have to play a whole lot more Counter-Strike if you're in that lower bracket, which is, as you can see here, we can look at the Group A. There is some big names down there. Cloud9, your major champion, still in there, and they do manage to get themselves a battle versus the likelihood of SK. That's actually still going down. It looks very close on Overpass right now.
It's a comeback right now from the likes of Gambit. They're strung together. I think it's 8 rounds in a row now. The score is 14-12. So that's on the B stream if you want to check the closing moments of that one. But SK probably poised to take it, being on the CT side.
And Overpass, let's not forget that map. There is a third potential map that should Gambit complete that one. But that's happening right now on the B stream. You can find that very easily. It's twitch.tv/ESL_CSGO-B. And that could mean we have an SK Cloud9 rematch for 1 spot in the playoffs. How juicy could that be?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, that is a good game. See, like, mentioning that, like, a few weeks ago, like, SK have, I don't know why, it feels like so weird. It's been like 2 events, and you kind of have, like, not lost hope of SK, but you feel like they are a bit down, right?
You're not alone, definitely. I don't know what it is. It's not only the way they come across in the server, it's what they say in interviews, and when you talk to them, it does seem like they've kind of deflated a little.
They're definitely not all smiles down there, you know. I've been walking past, normally it's a little bit more cheery of an atmosphere, but this seems like they're here for business, and the problem is, you know, this SK roster, the family tag, it's better when things are a bit more fun, you know. I know losing sucks, and I still consider them one of the best teams in the world, and I was saying just last week, I still consider them the best team in the world. This is their chance to prove that. Yeah,
it's going to be a very intense game. Well, they're actually currently in one, but if they do, it'll be an even more intense game versus Cloud9 for 1 spot in the playoffs here for IEM Katowice. What a day. This is day 2 concluded. Day 3 is on the cards tomorrow. Let's bring up that schedule so you know what you have to look forward to. We're actually going to be bringing you some big ones. We not only get to see NIP again, they'll be playing against G2, and judging by the French form, that's going to be a full 3-map beat 'em up, so look forward to that one. Cloud9 versus still to be determined, but that could very well be SK Gaming, and the other games are yet to be determined. That'll be solved for you as this day does continue tomorrow. Right, you can go ahead and get some sleep. We should probably do the same as well. Some teams gone, more teams striving for glory here at IEM Katowice World Championship 2018. We'll see you tomorrow. Get some rest, and we'll be back for more world-class Counter-Strike in the morning.